Hey guys, Zero here again. Got another unboxing, kind of, for you. Found this guy at Target, I want to say. The new Black Series or Vintage Collection Luke Skywalker X-Wing Pilot. Now, I have a huge Star Wars collection. Everybody who knows me knows that I love Star Wars, and I have a huge collection of Star Wars figures and toys and whatever. I have decided to limit that now, so I'm no longer. I haven't purchased any Star Wars stuff up until now since I was at Disney. I got this because they had announced that they were going to be releasing his X-Wing. And I never had an X-Wing. I never got one. I always missed the chance to get them. Whenever they were out, I missed the chance. I wanted to get the Biggs Dark Lighter one, and I missed that chance. And the Wedge Antilles one, I missed that chance too. And it's just, it's always been a near miss for me with the X-Wing. And I told myself I wasn't going to be buying any more Star Wars things. So I'm going to be thinning out my Star Wars herd. I'll be selling a lot of the stuff either on eBay or doing giveaways and stuff like that. Whichever works best. But I wanted to keep a couple things, just a few things for Star Wars, just, because it's me and it's Star Wars. But today, I just got in the mail this bad boy. And we're going to pop this open. You guys can see what that is from Hasbro. We're going to take a look at that real quick. And I have another one, unboxing we'll do for something else for Star Wars. But you'll see when we get it all together, you get to the table, you'll see why I have it. But yeah, we'll get over to the table and pop these open and take a look. All right, sit tight. We're going to take a quick look here what's inside the box. All right. Paper. Ooh. I'm waiting for this guy. Check that out. That is the Red 5 Luke Skywalker's X-Wing fighter. Very, very cool. I believe that's the back of the packaging. Nope, that's the front. This is the back. Back has the same stuff. It's just got the little bit of legal business down here too. Figures not included. Not right now, they're not. But they will be. They will be. I have the... Hold on a second. Luke, and I got R2-D2 on the way, and I have an R2 already, but this R2 is different. It actually has all the burn marks and the oil and stuff from when he got shot, so there's, it's battle damaged R2. There's the bottom. There's the side. It's a firing missile, opening wings. It's got the Kenner logo on there still. That's pretty cool. The original Star Wars symbol. And there's Luke opening cockpit, dropping landing gear. Oops, sorry about that. And then we have the same picture that's on the top. So that is pretty cool. We're going to open it up, and then I'll put it together, and then I'll get right back in. Let's get this cracked open. Instructions are just folded in the box. Sleeve there. Try to remember how I took this out. Okay, here's the main body. Pretty heavy. It's got a lot of paint app on it. Let's set that over here. Now. Laser cannons. They look kind of, some of them look a little warped, but not too bad, I guess. Nose. And the wings. Those wings look really small. Maybe it's just me though. Maybe it's just me. But these look really, really small. A sticker? Oh, that sucks. They're real thin too. Kind of sucks, but I get it. I mean, you can't. That's some pretty cool paint app though. But damn, stickers, huh? You couldn't just paint that shit in? No, it's not. Push this down because they're like peeling up. There's bubbles in this one. Damn it. Oh well. It is what it is. Let's get this over to the side here. So you guys can just see all the parts. We'll unwrap all this stuff now. There's the front nose. Oh, it's actually plastic. Wow. Wow. This big old door right here for the landing gear. And then this is the, I believe that's the missile launcher? Yeah. You flip it and then photon torpedo launcher. Let's get that in there now. Yeah. Oh, and it fits in there too. That's kind of cool. Watch. Oh, there's a button. The button's right there. Cool. Nose. We're gonna get. Come on. There we go. Yeah, a little bit of warpage. Could probably bend that back with some hot water because that's pretty bowed right there. I don't know if you can see that. Pretty cool though, they're detailed. I got a feeling though they might snap here, so I can't put too much pressure on it. Doesn't look like it'll withstand it. Alright, we're going to pause for a second, and I'm going to put this guy together, and then we'll get it back at you. Warranty. Alright, here it is. It's huge, or it's big. Not as big as it should be, but it's pretty big for an X-Wing. Here's Luke. Holding his little pilot helmet, and then I've got an R2-D2 unit in there. It's not the one that goes in there, but I have an R2, so he fits right in. He goes, you know, you just pull him out. Drops right in, even with the third leg. Kind of clicks in. You hear that click there. We'll take a quick look before we put the figure inside. It has 3 landing gear, so it's got the two lower struts here. They go in like that, and then on the front, it's got that one piece and the panel, and closes up just like that. It's pretty detailed. The instructions don't tell you which way to put the wings or the blasters. The blasters, there's 2 of one type and 2 of another, and they go on a certain wing only. So that's easy, but the wing itself, you have to look at the picture on the box to kind of determine which way the wings go. And you see this one and this one. You see these 2 on the cover, so that kind of gives you an inkling as to where the other 2 go. So it's not that difficult, but it's just something. Also, there's a little hatch here, just a little stowage hatch there. I think the Lego one had that too. It was just like a little place where Luke stored his stuff. The wings are kind of a little floppy, you see. But when you use the lever is spring activated. So if you just pull it down and let it go, it'll close back up. But if you pull it down and slide it to the side, a little bit to the right, it locks the wings in position. But you see they're very floppy, you know. So I mean, it's pretty sturdy. Feels pretty sturdy. I don't really anticipate. I mean, I'm not playing with this thing. This thing is going to be hanging from my ceiling, so it's kind of heavy. So I'm probably going to need some pretty nice piano wire or something to hold it up really good. And I'll probably need to brace it to the pieces of wood inside the ceiling, because I don't think it'll probably pull whatever, like little string or whatever, it'll pull it down, because this is huge. This is heavy, you know. Like I said, the blasters are a bit warped. You know, this one here, down here especially, is warped pretty bad. You can see it. You know, you see how twisted they are. The one on top of the other side, they're both warped a little bit, but this one here is warped a little bit more. It's bent down. Not too bad. There's a lot of detail. You can see the engine. The engines actually have the little turbines inside of them. I wish they would light up. Like, I wish you could get LEDs in there and light them up. That would be really cool. I mean, something this big, you would assume it would have some kind of lights. Back in the day, like the original Star Wars toys had lights. I mean, they were really cheesy. It was like you had a button and it had like a red light and a constant bee noise. You know, it's like bee. You know what I'm saying? But it was a cool feature. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the Snow Speeder had one that pulsed, so it kind of looked like laser blasts. You know, it would be nice to something this big. You could totally put a battery compartment right here. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no reason that could be, you know, need to be empty. You could put batteries in there and put lights, you know, whatever. You know what I mean? The canopy, let me lock these wings up. You just flip that and it closes the wings right up. They don't lock, so you can still flip them, but they're tight. You know what I mean? The canopy's a bit tricky. Mine is a bit warped. The plastic here is a bit warped, so it's a little twisted, but I think some blow dryer or hot water probably fix that right up. You just pop your finger in there, pull it up. Inside the canopy, there's a lot of little details. There's a control stick, there's console, there's the computer, the navigation computer, or the targeting computer. It actually moves a little bit, a little forward, a little back, you know, and it turns like this, so he can so Luke can target, you know, and you took it back and you just push it right back. It goes right back in. That's kind of cool, you know. A little cool little feature. They did this on the Y-Wing fighter as well. So it's not necessarily new, but it is really cool that they added that. And the paint application is just what makes this thing really, really stand out, because when you look at the structure of it, it's got details, panel lines and stuff like that. It's got all the you know, some of the fine details like on the turbines and stuff. I'm going to probably tag this with some wash to kind of give it a bigger, a deeper look, because this, you could barely see the lines in there. And I know I got to paint everything, but the paint app is really well done. And I feel like it's really the high point of this toy, in my opinion. And here we have the vintage collection Luke Skywalker, the new blacks. I think it's the vintage collection. It's the new Star Wars, I believe. Yeah, the re-release of the vintage collection. This is the new Luke Skywalker with the laser face. He's got like a, I don't know if you guys can see that even, but he's got the face. It looks like Mark Hamill more than some of the other figures. We're gonna put his little jelly helmet on because his helmet's kind of squishy. Put that on there. Looks pretty good. Looks like Luke. Yeah. Get his legs bent if I can. Maybe not. You would assume that his legs would bend the right way, but they don't seem to want to do that. Oh, okay, I see what it is. They were in the package, they were just bent a certain way. That's frustrating. Okay, and he's got his little blaster. I don't remember what the name of the blaster was. Pretty good. It's got some good detail on it. Paint apps, not terrible, you know. They've kind of got like a ratchety feel now in the legs and the joints. I don't know if that was something that they felt was needed, maybe, to keep them from like being all wobbly. You gotta really reposition this guy. There he goes. Alright, Luke, get in there. So you gotta bend his legs a certain way to actually get him in the cockpit. That's just what it is. It is what it is, right? But there you go. There's Luke in his Red 5 X-Wing. Pretty cool. Do I feel it was worth the $125? I have it. I bought it. It was the cheapest I could find it, and I had it on pre-order for $125 shipped. No, I do not feel like it's worth $125. I feel like this is hyped up. I mean, it's Luke Skywalker's X-Wing, which is great because they haven't had this out for like forever, ever, which is cool. But for $125, I mean, I don't know, man. Maybe 100 max. You know, like 90 to 100. Totally down with that. Makes sense. But $125, no figure included, no other accessories, no electronics, no sound, no nothing. You know, the Falcon was $250 at the second release, because the original Falcon, the big Falcon, was like one something, about 150, 160, and then the second one came out in the vintage box and it was like 250. Now they at least that, and I was willing to buy that Falcon when I couldn't find it, but I was willing to buy it at that price because it had lights, it had sounds, it had accessories, it had internal accessories, it had escape pods. It came with Han and Chewie. You know, it came with you know, everything you needed to have the Falcon. This should have at least come with Luke Skywalker, in my opinion. Should have at least. I know what Hasbro's doing. It's like every other toy company. They're trying to make as much money as possible. Hunt these figures down because they're hard to get, you know, and then you got to get the X-Wing. And, you know, like I have Wedge Antilles, but I couldn't get his X-Wing. I had Biggs Darklighter, but I couldn't get his X-Wing because I couldn't find it. But this should have at least come with a figure for this price. So in my opinion, no, it's not worth, it wasn't worth the money. But I have it. You know, I'm gonna hang it up. I appreciate it. It is an X-Wing. It is good looking. It's a good looking X-Wing. It's a little stunty. If you notice, the nose is a little short. And the wings are definitely short. The wings should be bigger and wider. And that's just me nitpicking, you know, but anybody who's a Star Wars fan, a real Star Wars fan, you're going to say the same shit when you see it. But it's like that with every toy, right? Like, the canopies are really big because you got to hold this huge figure in there. And then, you know, the toy itself sacrifices in size, you know, in some way, shape, or form. So I just moved it a little bit and the landing gear gave way. So it's not that great. I mean, but it is a toy. It's a toy. But for $125 shipped, I was kind of like, And then the figure itself is like friggin' almost $20 now for the vintage collection figures, which is why I stopped buying Star Wars figures. So my rating for this, I would give this like 3.5 tacos, maybe 4 tacos, for like the paint app, you know, the quick build. Like if it was a kid building this, it'd be pretty easy, you know. And the weight of it, the solidness of it. But I would drop points basically because of the size and the lack of figure, and the cost is just too high. And no electronics. Like there's nothing in here but just the toy. So that would be my take on it. So it's up to you if you want to buy this thing. If you have an X-Wing already, you're good to go. You don't need another one, I guess, unless you have to be a completist. I used to be that way, but, you know, it is what it is. But, you know, there you go. That is the 2019 Hasbro Kenner Vintage Collection Luke Skywalker's Red 5 X-Wing, plus the Vintage Collection Pilot X-Wing Pilot Luke Skywalker with laser face. And this is my Vintage Collection R2-D2 from 2011, 2012. So I have the new R2 on its way with the oil splatters and the burn marks and stuff that actually goes in here. We'll get him out, and I'll do a little quick unboxing of him for you guys too when I get him. But anyway, I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you for sticking with me. And as always, look, landing gear just fell out again. It's like it just gives up. It's like, I can't hold myself up. But you know, as always, like, subscribe, share. Check out my Discord, or the Discord group I'm in, the Tabletop Dungeoneers. Bunch of crafters on there, a bunch of cool stuff. Let's see if we can print out some 3D shit for this. Let's see if we can do some of that stuff. Tell them Zero sent you, and as always, I keep my email in my description in case anybody would like to PayPal to donate to the channel. Any amount would be greatly appreciated, and I'll mention you on my channel as well. Alright guys, thanks for watching.